What if the very thing that could heal you was you? Not the pills, not the surgery, not the external interventions we so often depend on, but you, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mind. In You Are the Placebo, Dr. Joe Dispenza weaves together cutting-edge science, ancient wisdom, and profoundly human stories to deliver a message as empowering as it is revolutionary. That your mind can not only influence your body, it can transform it. This is not a metaphor. This is biology. This is neuroscience. This is reality, one that most of us were never taught to believe in. In this summary, you'll learn how to reprogram your brain, heal your body, and create a new reality by changing your thoughts and emotions. This isn't just about the placebo effect. It's about how you can become the placebo, the healing force in your life. Let's begin at the edge of the impossible. In 1986, Joe Dispenza was competing in a triathlon. Fit, healthy, and determined, he raced forward like many athletes that day until a car struck him from behind at 55 miles per hour. The impact shattered his spine. Compression fractures, crushed vertebrae, multiple broken bones. Doctors told him he needed immediate surgery, a procedure involving metal rods that would mean permanent limitations, and the very real possibility of never walking again. But Joe made a different choice. He declined the surgery, not because he was reckless, but because somewhere deep within, he believed in a different outcome, one not dictated by fear, but by faith in the power of his own consciousness. And so, for hours each day, he closed his eyes and began to visualize, not vaguely, but with razor-sharp precision. Vertebra by vertebra, he imagined reconstructing his spine. Over and over again, he mentally rehearsed perfect health. No interruptions, no doubts, just focus, intention, and unwavering belief. 9.5 weeks later, he walked. 3 months after that, he was back to training. This wasn't just a miracle, it was a revelation. He realized, and the mind can do what medicine says is impossible. It can create healing. It can rewrite biology. It can call forth a new reality from within. This moment became the spark that ignited his life's work, to study spontaneous remissions, to understand the placebo effect, and to teach others how to become the placebo in their own lives. Most people think of the placebo effect as a medical curiosity, a sugar pill that somehow tricks the brain into feeling better. But Dr. Joe sees it differently. He sees it as evidence that belief is biologically active. People have overcome depression, chronic pain, even Parkinson's symptoms, not because of an actual drug, but because they believed in one. Their minds produced the same neurotransmitters a real treatment would have triggered. The brain, expecting healing, released dopamine, endorphins, serotonin, and the body responded as if medicine had been administered. The brain, it turns out, does not distinguish between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. This means that your thoughts, your focus, your feelings can change your internal chemistry. In one study, people who imagined flexing a muscle daily without actually moving still gained strength. Why? Because the mind sent signals to the muscle. Because the brain believed the action was real. Because belief isn't imaginary, it's a force. If belief can heal, it can also harm. This is the nocebo effect, the shadow twin of the placebo. When someone expects illness, pain, or death, the body follows suit. A man believing he had terminal cancer passed away within weeks, only for the autopsy to reveal the diagnosis had been wrong. His mind killed him. His belief, not the disease. When doctors speak with authority, when they deliver grim prognoses, our subconscious absorbs that verdict. And unless we challenge that narrative, we begin to live it. Our thoughts generate stress hormones. Cortisol floods our systems. The immune system weakens. The body mirrors the mind's fears. But if the mind can create illness, then surely it can also create wellness. Dr. Joe emphasizes this. We must become conscious of the stories we tell ourselves. Stories about our health, our worth, our future. These stories aren't just mental chatter. They're chemical blueprints. They're instructions we feed our biology over and over again. The brain is a chemist, releasing different chemicals depending on what we think. Love, gratitude, peace, those produce healing. Stress, guilt, resentment, those produce disease. Over time, these emotional states become familiar, addictive even. Our bodies get used to feeling angry, or anxious, or unworthy, and we begin to crave those emotions like a drug. This is emotional addiction, and it's real. Breaking free requires more than positive thinking. It requires neuroplasticity, rewiring the brain. And the first step is awareness. You must see your thoughts not as truth, but as patterns. You must interrupt the automatic cycle of past-based thinking. Because if you wake up every day thinking about your problems, reliving your trauma, anticipating the worst, you are living in the past. To create a new future, you must become someone new. This is the heart of transformation. You begin by meditating, not to empty your mind, but to change it. In meditation, you let go of your identity, your job, your body, your history, and enter the unknown. It is in this unknown that true creation happens. You imagine your future self. You feel what that self feels. You generate elevated emotions, gratitude, joy, wholeness, as if your healing has already occurred. And in doing so, you shift your electromagnetic field. You broadcast a new signal to the quantum field, a signal that says, I am already healed, I am already free. And the quantum field responds. You don't wait for healing to feel gratitude. You feel gratitude now, and healing follows. Because your mind is no longer hoping, it is being. This is the process of becoming the placebo. Dr. Joe outlines the formula clearly. First, set a clear intention. Know exactly what you wish to change. Your condition, your belief, your identity. Second, elevate your emotion. Don't just think differently, feel differently. Feel your new life with all your heart. Third, surrender to the present moment. Use meditation to quiet the analytical mind which clings to the past. Drop into the subconscious, where true change takes root. Finally, rehearse, daily, with consistency. You are not hoping anymore. You are installing a new self. And it works. Thousands of students have reversed chronic illness, overcome emotional trauma, and awakened to a new sense of purpose, not through external treatments, but through inner evolution. Dr. Joe provides EEG data, heart coherence measurements, genetic markers, and brain scans to prove the transformation is not just spiritual, it's scientific. People turn on new genes. They improve heart rate variability. They regulate immune function. They enter states of deep coherence, where body and mind are harmonized. These aren't isolated stories. They're part of a growing field of evidence that shows the placebo is not a fluke. It's a doorway to your power. And so the message is this: you are not broken. You are not bound by your past. You are not a prisoner of your genes. You are not waiting on a miracle. You are the miracle. You are the placebo, the healing force you've been searching for. So ask yourself, who am I choosing to be today? What story am I rehearsing in my mind? What emotions am I practicing, fear or freedom? Because when you change your mind, truly change it, your body, your health, your life will follow. Your world will shift. Your biology will change, and your future will unfold in ways you never thought possible. Remember, you are the author. You are the observer. You are the creator. You are not stuck. You are not powerless. You are limitless. You are the placebo. Thanks for listening. If this summary inspired you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your favorite takeaway in the comments below. Want more deep dive summaries like this one? Hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Remember, you are powerful, and your healing begins now. Until next time, keep creating your reality, and your healing begins.